Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. We are back with the Far From Perfect podcast, episode 4. As you know, I'm your host, Bing. Got a couple special people with me, some really good friends I've known for a long time. We have Jackie right here, the fitness queen, leveling up, the dancer. I love her work ethic. She's here to talk today about just her daily life and things she goes through and time management, things like that. Then we have the guy right here, my man G, the party animal. If you need to know for a spot, you need something to do for the night, call this guy and he will have the answer for you. Glad to have you, G. Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. We're going to get right into it today. I want to talk to you guys about just being an adult and being serious in your real life and keeping your personal life separately. So they're here to kind of just get their perspective on that and just have a good time, talk, have a couple of jokes. Let's get right into it. I want to talk to my man G first. So let me ask you, first of all, what do you do? Tell everybody what you do.
So right now I work at the courthouse. I work in the juvenile department, so I work with kids on a daily basis. That's what I do every day. Studying right now to become a computer engineer, as well as level up in the job that I'm at right now. But yeah, I work every single day, and then outside of work, it's a different life, So I try to balance both of them.
So let's talk about that different life for a second. Get into that. What you mean by a different life? Talk about that different life.
I work every day, man. I like to have fun. If I work hard every day, I want to have fun.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your own labor.
This is my city. This is, somewhere where I grew up, and, I get love in my city. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I go out, I try to go out and I try to show love and I try to, try to bring everybody around me, and I try to make sure everybody has a good time.
You know what's funny? The other day, someone said to me, yo, Greg, he's the man, he loves Whistler. And I'm like, hey, there's nothing wrong with being proud of where you're from, enjoying where you're at, enjoying your space. A lot of people take pride in moving away and starting over, which is also good too, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. But it's also nice to just be proud of where you're from, too, because where you're from, that's your heritage, that's your lineage. It means a lot to some people, and there's nothing wrong with taking pride in where you're from and enjoying your space that you're at. Whether it be you've been there forever or you just moved there, whatever the case may be, but there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's cool.
For sure. So, that's one thing is where I like to be where I'm locally at. There's a couple of new spots where opened up, and I kind of have friends everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm in Worcester, I could go to one spot, I know people in there. I go to another spot, I know people in there. Where we're gonna have a good time regardless. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. And would you say you built relationships through going out and just being everywhere, or those people prior and just
there's a lot of them where it's through connections and as well as just seeing the way how I move, you know what I mean? And a lot of people they gravitate to that. There's people where I go to different spots or different clubs, bars, lounges, wherever I'm at, and people I might even know through a hole in the wall where they'll just come up to me and be like, hey, can you help me promote this? Or, right. Can I put you on the flyer on this? Or can I, you have an audience where if I give you, can you put this on your page or your Snapchat or, or your Instagram? And they know that people's going to watch it and they're going to call me and ask me hey, what's going on for the night? What's going on for this time? Or where's the after party at? Everybody's asking me what's good with the after party, you know what I mean? So it's just being the connection, you know what I mean? The connection is a lot of people where I grew up with or a lot of people that I just know, you know what I mean? And they ventured off and they got their own business now. They're doing their thing, or it's people that may know my dad, you know what I mean? My dad was somebody that was out here in Worcester and he had his own club as well, and a lot of people know me through my dad. So I just build the connections and I don't burn bridges with anybody, and I show love to who shows love back to me, you know what I mean?
What would you say right now is your top 2 spots in the city, your top spot in the state, and one more spot out of state that's a driving distance for Rhode Island?
So top spot everybody knows, I'm the Whiskey King.
Whiskey King.
Yo, you got a bed in the back, you know what I mean? I'm the Whiskey King.
Yo, no cap, for a little bit they'll call me the Splash Bro over
here. You know what I mean? The whiskey's gonna be number one, man. Whiskey's definitely one of the top spots where I always end up at the end of the night. We have another spot that my man's opened up. It's called 1885.
So that's number 2 right there, 1885.
It's an up and coming bar, lounge over there, and it's a real good vibe. You know, it's a real good vibe. As well as I got another spot on Lincoln Street called Lara. That was a connection that I ended up knowing the owner through somebody else, and we built a relationship. And that's another place that's, you know, it has potential, has like a real lot of potential. So those are my top 3 spots in the city right now. Really don't really touch. I used to go to Boston a lot before, but I don't really go out to Boston like that. But Providence is mostly like Lit Lounge, Nara, like there's different spots that's
so
out
lit.
there.
So Lit Lounge, number 1 in Providence.
Lit.
You gotta say.
I mean, yeah, it's alright. If you want just different scenery, if you want to see a different scenery, I mean, it just depends on the crowd. It depends on your age. It depends on, you know what I mean. It depends on what you're trying to feel for that night. You know what I mean?
So let's get into specifics. So like, in a spot you're looking for, and let's say you're looking for a hookup. You're not really looking for nothing serious, trying to meet a girl and just see what happens for that night. Where would you go?
Where would I go?
Not you particularly. If you're a single man, I don't know your situation. I don't want to get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you're a single man and one of these spots, like this is a spot I'm gonna go to try to get something for tonight. What spot would that be?
I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're trying to go out and you're trying to find something.
I just said what you're trying to do. If you're trying to find something to go home that night.
But it depends on what you're trying to do. Depending on how you feeling. Like you trying to get dinner real quick, and then you want to go to the bar, and then you want to, like, you know, for me, for instance, if I'm about to go get food, I'm not saying like I'm out there looking for anybody. I'm looking for a girl or whatever. But if I'm gonna go get food, I'll stop at Avocados, grab something to eat real quick. You know, see the vibes over there, get a drink or something. I go to 1885. 1885 is a real good spot. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's up and coming. I mean, there's a lot of people that's been going there. It's been getting packed. You know, every weekend it's been flooded, lying down the street. You know, so I'll stop there, and then, you know, to end it all, you know, I end that whiskey. You know, and if you want to socialize, you want to, you know what I mean, you want to have a good drink, you want to have hookah. You know, whiskey the spot.
Shit, we might go tonight.
You know what I mean?
Go tonight. Shit,
pull up. Pull on Main Street. I'm there.
So let's say, which spot would you say has the most classy women?
Most classy women? I would say 1885. 1885, definitely. If you're trying to look for something that's, you know, not like ratchet or just, you know, just has a little bit of class, 1885 is it. There's a few other spots in Worcester as well, like Valentino's. Where else? I would say 1885, Valentino's. Something laid back, Mai Tai. If you want to go to Mai Tai, if you want to go to, you know, Flying Rhino or something like that, then, you know what I mean, you could do that. Another spot as well that's been a food spot that's been coming up is Havana Nights. Havana Nights is right here on Park Ave.
I gotta be real, I'm not gonna hold you. My man told me that the food there was not hitting like that.
I don't know too much about that because I only get 2 things when I go there, and when I go there, I either get the shrimp and mofongo and I get the Dominican breakfast, and that been hitting every time.
Yeah, so. My boy, he said he had date night with his girl there. Yeah. No disrespect, this is what I was told. Like, don't shoot the messenger. I'm not bashing them. I don't know. He said he had date night with his girlfriend there, and they didn't even finish the food. Yeah. It wasn't all that.
Wow.
But he said the scenery was really nice.
Yeah,
it was like you got the Havana vibe apparently, because we don't have that here. So shout out to him for even bringing that to the city. Big respect, but. He said the food wasn't really that good.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that a few times. I mean, my family went there and they said the same thing. But I don't know. I mean, you could probably just go on a bad day. You know what I mean? Sometimes it could be the cook. Sometimes, you know what I mean? It could be the waitresses there.
What about you, Jackie? What's your favorite spot to eat around here? You haven't heard from you too much.
Asking me all the questions.
Right. Well, now you gotta let us say
I'm
that.
just listening.
I want to hear this too. I want to hear what she thinks so far about what you said.
I definitely agree with this spots. I feel like it's a little limited on things to do for the nightlife here in Worcester. But those spots, 1885, only been there once. It was probably like a weekday though, so it was definitely more chill. But I did like the vibe. There was a DJ. The drinks were good. Whiskey, I haven't been there in probably 4 years. But that was definitely this place to go. hookah, drinks, and you would see everybody there. So it was definitely nice to see people, talk to people. I haven't been to Havana Nights. I'm Cuban, so I definitely want to check it out.
Right.
I'll probably be a little biased because I get that food at home. So
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea you were Cuban.
Really?
All my life.
I am Cuban and Puerto Rican.
For real?
Yes, sir.
I thought you was like half
Don't
white, half Puerto Rican.
say it.
I didn't know you was Cuban. You speak Spanish?
Yes.
Word? That's
yes.
what's up.
Yes, I do. Wow. Yeah, that's a little fun fact. People are surprised sometimes, and sometimes they're not.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I just didn't know.
Really?
I knew you was Puerto Rican, but I thought the other half he was white. I didn't know it was Cuban.
Well,
But
fun
I
fact.
know, right.
Now you know. So I'll have to try that restaurant. I've heard mixed reviews as well, so I'll definitely have to try myself and let you know.
So let's go back though. You said you haven't been to whiskey in 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. And why have you been there in 3 years? Let's tell the people.
Because I've been living in Las Vegas.
Living in Las Vegas. That's
yes.
awesome. What are you doing in Las Vegas?
I'm a professional dancer, so I'm professionally trained in jazz, tap, ballet, hip hop, modern, contemporary, musical theater, all styles. So I had taken an opportunity out there. I've only been there once in my life, and it was for vacation. And I packed up all my things, and I moved across the country. The plan was to be there for about 2 years, but it was going very well. So I was there for 3, recently moved back. So I'm just kind of re-networking and getting my feet wet back in the city of Worcester.
So you're a real dancer. You're not like part of the twerk team. You're a real dancer.
No, right? That's why I had to sprinkle the styles in there, because
Yeah.
sometimes it gets a little twisted.
Let everybody know.
Especially Vegas. It's very known for showgirl, club dancer. So
what kind of dances did you do out there? Like what was it?
it was definitely more commercial dance. So it's like dancing for artists or dancing for. There's a lot of events that go that happen in Vegas. A lot of club performers, DJs.
Nice.
It's just very high energy. So everything that I did was just.
I met this chick who was like a backup dancer for like a couple like rappers.
Yes.
And I mean, she was just smelling herself off of that. I wasn't really jacking it. I'm not gonna hold you.
Why?
Cause like she
like
just,
her attitude was
yeah,
it right?
Yeah.
I
Like
don't know.
you'll think that like those artists pay them $1 billion the way how she was acting, you know, like so.
Did you get like gigs like
Yes,
or like
that's exactly what it is. So it's you either get a job through who you know,
right.
networking through Instagram.
Right.
I use that as my resume because you can write as much stuff as you want on your resume, but you want to see what you could actually do.
Right.
Entertainment agencies, and just kind of staying in the loop. It was a lot of gig work, so it's just a lot of hustle. You're going here and there and there and there. You're doing 3, 4 different jobs, and that city does not sleep. You're working till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. You're getting back up 9, 10 o'clock, full face of makeup. You're going to go do a pool gig, and then you got to do your. It's just it's a lot, but it's very fun, and there's a lot of opportunity there. I dabbled in everything. I danced for artists. I danced for big events that went through the opening of Fountain Blue, Katy Perry, French Montana, Justin Timberlake.
So what was your biggest, like, to you, like your biggest gig?
I would say the opening of Fountain Blue with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, wow.
There's only a few Fountain Blues in the world. So that was a very nice experience for me. I met a lot of cool people. There was a lot of talent from LA and Vegas. It was just really nice, and it was one of those things that it definitely made me feel good. But I'm very humble, so I don't think I have an attitude like that girl you're talking about.
Now, what was your favorite gig? The same one?
I honestly, that, and I would say French Montana.
Word.
Yes.
Shout out to French.
Shout out.
It was, I think just because of the environment, it was at Dre's nightclub at the Cromwell. And I just think the energy of the people and the environment really made everything fun and didn't really, I don't know, performing doesn't feel like a job to me. It's something that I love to do, which just makes the job 10 times better.
Right.
But it was really nice because we had creative freedom. We choreographed the dance, and we did a lot of improv as well, just because they liked what we did. So they kept the music running, and we stayed on stage. But it was cool. He was cool.
So let me ask you this: with the dancing job, does that have like a life expectancy? Like women who are in it, like is there like a time frame or like an age where they should be like, all right, my dancing career is over? Like, what is that? Because like I know a lot of athletes and like Father Time, you can't beat them. So eventually, it doesn't matter how good you once were. Father Time catches up and you're done. So like, how's that work in the dance world? Like, and what happens when you transition to, what do you do after dance? You should be a teacher, coach. Like, what happens next?
That is a wonderful question. I think that a lot of women are different, and obviously everybody's body is different and what they can handle and what they're capable of. I always thought like in your 30s you should kind of like start gearing your career towards something else. But moving to Vegas, I saw a lot of older women still doing the thing. So it honestly is about your lifestyle and what you want to do. But for me, I think that right now I'm in the transition of going into the more the business, teaching, and gearing my life towards something more stable, because as we said, it's a gig world. So you can't, especially when wanting to have a family, husband, all that, you want to be able to have time for them as well. And you can't just be going here and there, being out till 4:00 in the morning. Like, you have business to take care of at home.
Right. And how does that work? How did that work for you? Like, were you in a relationship? How did they react to the situation? Were they okay with you working with different clients, things like that? Like, how was their behavior? Did it work out for you? Or
so a lot of the time there, I was single, which was amazing, because I feel like it's very important to live on your own, be by yourself, learn how to do that without having to rely or be with anybody. I did have a boyfriend towards the end of my time there. He was very supportive though, which is something that I need for this career, because if you can't support or trust me and what I'm doing, then it's not going to work out.
I'm sure trust is a major aspect.
Yes, absolutely, because even going out, you see women, men, and they're doing their thing out there. It's you got to like know your partner and be able to just trust them. It's really, that's it.
On the flip side, did you trust him? Were there insecurities, like maybe he thinks that I'm doing stuff, so he's gonna do something too? Or were you always like confident in the fact that, like, and not even just with him, like just in general, maybe a guy you considered at the time, like, was that anything that went through your mind?
I was pretty confident because I feel like there was a lot of communication, and I think communication is key, just as in checking in and making sure that you guys are on the same page. I'm going to work, I'm doing this, I'll be here, I'll be there. And, some people might think that's controlling, but I think it's just having an understanding of your work and love life balance.
I think that I'm a firm believer in, like, a man, if he's showing the type of care and trying to protect you, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Women may take it as controlling, but I think that, like, it kind of ties into if they had a positive male figure in their life, whether it be a father figure or like a real uncle or something like that, that was really showing them that type of love and was like, girl, where you at? It's 9 o'clock, get home, when they were like 16, If you have that type of love in your life, then you understand when you get into a relationship with a man what he's trying to do when he's not clocking you, he's worried about you. And it's okay for a man to be worried. It's hard for a man to express that he's worried in a relationship, but that's really what he's trying to do. So let's get that clear. Like, continue, sorry.
I mean, that goes for women as well. I feel like guys can take that as controlling, or they want to be clocked as well. So it's just like it's really a balance of having that freedom, the trust, and the way that you say things. maybe not like get your ass home now. It's just like, hey, is
Where are
everything
you?
okay? Like,
Yeah.
you got out of work at 9. Is X this time? I just want to make sure everything's cool.
But that's the communication, though.
Well,
That's just having the respect. You know what I'm saying?
Respect
The
as
respect
well.
of the
So when you're in a
communication.
relationship, how do they feel? Because, like, I know you're not about to stop going out. That's what you do.
I
That's what you've
mean,
been doing your whole life.
That's
you
a
said
good
you've been in the club since you was
question.
5 years old.
I know.
So
It's
how do
tough.
when you're bouncing, how do you bounce? Like, how do you bring it to the table? I know it comes up. You can't tell me you don't come
Yeah,
up.
it comes up a lot, man. It comes up a lot where it's like, you know, a lot of the times when I come outside, it's networking. You know what I mean? It's really networking with people, just having conversation with people, picking people's brains. I mean, like, I'm talking to owners. I'm talking to people. What if you don't? You know, I'm trying to open up my own spot one day. You know what I mean? But I get that I get that conversation all the time. Like, Greg, you're always outside. You know me, you're doing this, and you're always outside. You're always outside. You live outside. I'm like, but I mean, if you see me outside, that means you outside too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Good point.
you can't come at me if you outside. You
point.
see me all the time, then I see you. You know what I mean? So
So what if it's now like, all right, yeah, you're right. I seen you outside, but we're together now. I'm ready to settle down. Like, I'm willing to get in the house. Are you willing to stay in the house too?
Absolutely, because then that's where I'm getting to that goal of where I'm trying to be. Like, just like I said, I'm trying to open my own business. You know what I mean? I want to open my own lounge or my own restaurant or whatever the case may be. That's where the balance comes in between, where it's like, all right, I'm not outside all the time, but now even if I do open my own business, I'm gonna have to be there for the first year or 2 years. You know what I mean? Where I'm gonna have to be hands on. Once it starts doing its own thing and it's a well-oiled machine, then I could be home more. You know what I mean? We could build. We could, have a family. We could do whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But that has to be with the understanding that sometimes you got to make sacrifices. You know what I mean? To get to where you want to be. And if you can't ride with that, or if you can't understand what I'm trying to do to get us to that next level, you gotta keep pushing.
So basically, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm outside. That's who it is. That's what I'm gonna be. If you can't accept
It's
that,
a deal breaker type thing.
That's your business.
Everybody that know me, they know me.
Yeah.
Everybody that know me say the G's outside.
I get it.
They say it. You know what I mean? Yo, people be like, bro, I live my life through your snaps. You know what I mean? And I hear that all the time.
Yo, no joke.
Where it's food, if I'm going out, if I'm doing this or that, I hear it all the time.
Yo, no bullshit. You gonna laugh because last episode 3, I had Noel on here, right?
Yeah.
And we was talking. I was like, yo,
my guy,
but I be bored of shit sometimes. I'll go on Snapchat. I'm like, if there's something to do, I want to figure it out. I'll go right on Greg's Snap. I'm like, let's see where the spot is popping at. I'll go on Greg's Snap. I wait till 11:30 and go on Greg's. If I'm home right now, I'm my life. I'm in the crib. Like, I want something to do. I have nothing to do. I'll go on Greg's Snap. If you're a Worcester, go on Greg's Snap. Get him on Snap. Make sure you give Jeremy your Snap so you can put it up here. Add Greg on Snapchat. If you want to know where to go in Worcester.
Shout out to Noel, man. Shout out to Woo Juice, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out Woo Juice.
My guy right there. So, I mean, he tells me all the time I run into him, man. He tells me that all the time. He's like, yo, G, I can't keep up with you, man. He's like, I cannot keep up with you. But he's like, yo, you young. You don't got no kids. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got no girls. So it's like, live your life, bro. You know what I mean? Live your life. You know what I'm saying? And until that time comes, I'm outside, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally outside. So the streets call me, I answer back. You know what I mean? So.
I respect it. Hey, I think you're on pace to be the biggest party promoter this city's ever seen. The biggest party promoter ever. When you say you're working on your own spot, it's gonna be great to see, man. I see that for you in your future. I mean, you're on the ladder, man. I hope you do get it. Be on the lookout for G's, man. G's spot, whatever you call it. I'm just saying G's, you know.
It's gonna be the spot, man. I'm gonna take over everything out here, man. I'm telling you that. It's gonna be a vibe to come to.
Well, I got one more question for you though before we get out of here.
What's up?
Let's be honest. Being in the club scene, let's say, as a major patron, how do you get with the ladies? How do you do ladies? Is that a positive thing? Like, do you deal with a lot of women? Not saying now, you don't put business out there, but like, over your time, how's it been? Has it treated you well?
I mean, it always treats me well because it's like, when I go out, you know what I mean? Like, people show me love, you know what I mean? Like, people show me love, like, genuine love, you know what I mean? There's girls that try to talk to me all the time, you know, there's girls always trying to be in your face, you know what I mean? It's like, you really can't, and I'm not a mean person to where it's like, I'm like, yo, nah, get out of my face, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like that. I show love to everybody, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of girls I know that want to be with me. I know a lot of girls that's, you know, they're trying to get with me, or they want to have a relationship, or they even want to just take me out of that whole scenery regardless, you know what I mean? But I just show love to everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not really out here looking for anybody right now. I'm really kind of focused on myself, on my career, on everything that I'm doing myself. But for the most part, it's just, I just show love, man. I literally show love to the city that showed me love back. That's literally it.
I respect it.
I have a question. So how would you feel about the woman that you're talking to being out as well, and not necessarily with you?
I mean, she could go out and have fun. I mean, and that's where we come back to where it's the respect and the understanding of, what's going on.
And
you
the
know what I mean?
trust.
If you're not, if you're outside, if you're out with your girlfriends or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? You could be going out with 3 of your girls that's just ratchet and they love to party and talk to guys and do all that other stuff. And I know where your head is at, and I know understand where you're coming from, and you're talking to me, you're texting me, and you're letting me know like, hey, babe, this is where we're at, this is what's going on, and just keep me updated on what's going on. Have fun, you know what I mean? Like, do your thing.
So you don't agree with birds of a feather?
I'm sorry?
Birds of a feather flock together. You don't agree with that?
I was gonna say, so if the friends are.
No.
Hey, I'm just asking. That's a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I believe it to an extent because, like I said, I'm outside every day, so I see what's going on.
But also, like you told me, you're Jamaican.
Yeah.
And you know, they always tell us, like, yo,
They said, don't trust them,
Yeah, exactly,
It's like, I see what's going on.
Women are wicked,
Yeah, they're wicked for real, yo. Some of y'all get them, they're wicked. But, nah, man, I literally see what's going on, and there's good girls out there, man. Don't get it twisted. There's definitely good girls out there. I mean, temptation is everywhere. Temptation is everywhere. You know what I mean? It's up to you. You know what I mean? And there's times where I see people that's in relationships. I can see this girl's man outside. I can see this man's girl outside, and it depends on them. You know what I mean? It's what you're you know what I mean, where your temptation is gonna lead you. You know what I mean? And there's some people that I see fold, and there's some people that I see that's like grounded, 10 toes, where it's like, yo, that's my man's. I'm talking. This is who my man's is. This is what it is. Get out of my face. You know what I mean? And there's some. It goes vice versa. That's, you know what I mean. Like, guys the same way. I see a lot of dudes that brush a lot of girls off too. You know what I mean? Like, I got a girl at home. You know what I mean? Like, so it's they say birds flock on the same foot. Like, whatever that is. Like, they all, you know what I mean. But it's different. It's there's really good girls that's out there. So.
Respect. So give the benefit of the doubt. You're saying
you have to
give that trust. Give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, you have to. You have to give the benefit of the
doubt. I don't. I think that's more like subjective, in my opinion. Like, I don't think you should go with that route totally all the time. Yeah. But I do agree with what you're saying to an extent. You know what I mean? Like, I think a trust has to be built to get to the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm not just immediately like, if I've been seeing a girl for like 2-3 months and she's outside,
so that's
bro, I'm out of there. Like, no, like, I need to see a transition. Like, all right, like, at first you were outside, that's all good. Now 2-3 months have passed and we're getting more serious. You need to be outside less. Right. If you continue with the same pattern, I'm not gonna tell you stop doing it. That's what you've been doing. Right. But you haven't made that transition yet. Obviously, I can't force it. It has to happen naturally. Right. If I don't see that happen naturally, I'm all set, you know?
If she doesn't want to do it, then that's where she wants to be.
I got this thing. Well, I didn't make it up, but my friends brought it to me, and I just adopted it. It's called a 90-day contract.
A 90-day contract.
Yeah, so you get a 90-day contract. If you work out, you get an extended day. You can go down to be a 2-way player. You can work your way up to be a 6-man. If you're doing real great, you might end up being a star player. That's how it works. But it all goes off your performance and your behavior, you know? On and off the court.
On and off the court, man. That's what it is, man. You gotta be on and off the court.
On and off the court.
You have to.
You can't be in my face and be the best person ever. But when you hit the streets, you're not representing us properly. You're not a reflection of me. That counts. Like, yeah, when we're hanging out and we're chilling, you might be the best person ever in the world. You going out in that streets and you shaking your ass, that's fine. You can do that. But just know where we're gonna stand. We're gonna remain good friends. We won't make that next step. And I don't suggest anybody to bring this conversation and try to control anyone or change anyone. People are who they are. You know what I mean? If you can come into someone's life and you can force a change, or you can make a change in their life naturally, then that's the person for you. But understand, like, if they have to make changes they don't want to make for you, that is probably not going to work out. it's probably not gonna end well.
And don't get it twisted. It's not really, even if, you're going out there shaking your ass, because it's like,
I mean, I just said to be spicy, but you know what I mean, dog.
Sure. Girls can be with their homegirls, you know what I'm saying? They can all have a good time shaking ass. But if you shaking your ass on that nigga, though,
right?
I can see you from across the room shaking your ass on that nigga. It's gonna be a different story. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta understand the balance, and you gotta understand where it's like, all right, am I disrespecting him, or I'm gonna respect him?
There's been times, me and you have been in the club together, and we know there's a girl that we know has a boyfriend. She's wild, and we're like this. Come on, like, yo, we're looking at each other and looking at her like, yo, like, this really happened. This is real life. Like, this is not just me playing guessing games. I've seen this happen. I've been through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been through it. I know. You know what I mean? Like, I know. I'm not gonna crash out over it, but I know what it is.
Right.
I know me. I'm the type of guy that you know what I mean. If I'm in a relationship with you and everything is good and we're vibing, whatever, and you want to go do this and go do that, go ahead. You know what I mean? You're not hurting me. You're going to hurt yourself, because I know what I bring to the table at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to get back to Jackie for a second. I want to talk more about this dance life and keeping it separate from the personal life and how it clashes sometimes, though. So let's talk about, like, when you did dance, I'm pretty sure there was some uniforms you had to wear that were above flattering, let's say. Very flattering.
very revealing.
Some might consider artistic. Some might consider inappropriate.
Right.
Let's talk about that. Like, how do you feel about? I understand with you it was just a job, but some people's perception may be different, and I'm pretty sure you may have ran into that. So, like, how did you deal with that, and what do you think about that?
So, I haven't. Okay, obviously, moving to Vegas, you're wearing more risque costumes, outfits. What?
They're wearing nothing.
No.
Hey, well, I don't know exactly what you were wearing, but some of the stuff I've seen is like lingerie with angel wings, like Victoria's Secret walking stuff.
No, that's very true. That is very true. Honestly, I am very particular on what I post, and I'm very aware of what I post, just because, not that I care what people think, but my image is very important to me, and I don't want to be perceived a certain way. I'm very professional, and dance is my career and what I do. And sometimes you do have to wear things that you necessarily wouldn't want to wear. But I think when you're on the job, if you're doing exactly what you have to do and you dance, and when you have your break, you go to your space, you're not talking, you're not mingling with the people there. I think that's how I handle those situations. And then just how you post, how you're posing, what you're posting. I don't know. I'm not like showing my ass. I'm not shaking my ass. Right. I would post to show the gig, the job that I'm doing, who I'm working with, not necessarily to show off the body that I have. So I think it's just how you present yourself.
All right, sorry for the brief cut. We're back into it. We got another guest with us, the lovely Jasmine.
Hi guys.
and we got she brought me something, an imaginary fitness bay.
Hey.
Imaginary fitness bay. She brought me something. Nah, that's Jackie's brand, Fit by Jackie. You guys need to get those sweaters. I have one actually. It's really nice. So like, you guys get those for the holidays for your loved ones, just to work out in. You can leave the gym right in it. It's great. So like, you guys get one of those. But like, let's get back to our discussion before we get on to Jasmine real quick. Let's get back to our discussion. So I was on about you in the industry and things like that. And like I said, I want to ask about like agents. So like, have you met any agents who try to like sexualize you, or they may assume that you're going to trade favors for gigs, things like that, like sexual favors for gigs? Have that happened to you?
Good question. No, thankfully.
Nice.
But that is definitely a thing that happens in the industry of the arts. So there are women that do that. Mm-hmm. Of course. Absolutely. People do whatever they got to do to get to where they want to be.
Right.
Have you met them?
I have met them, but I stay away from them because
that was my next
that's
question.
definitely not how I roll.
Right.
I'm a very nice person. I never judge. I never knock people down for what they do.
Right.
But I take note, and I'm like, cool, stay away.
Right.
Because like how we talked about before, you kind of do mold to who you hang out with, but there also are boundaries that you place, and you are your own person.
Right.
But I feel like sometimes opportunities, money, fame, those are all things that are you're easily attracted to. So, you could be influenced one way or another, and
Right.
I'm just not easily influenced. But it can happen. It does happen. But it's just up to you and who you are as an individual. So I've never.
Can I ask you what does influence you? What do you find attractive in a man? What does a man bring to the table to attract you?
Okay. In a man, you need to be motivated. Absolutely. I'm a very motivated woman, and I get what I want in a non-cocky way. I'm a very hard worker, and there's really nothing that will stop me from what I want to do. And you need to have goals for sure, whether that's as small as you want to finish a book, but you need to be able to want to do something and actually do it and get it done and achieve it.
So two things. Sounds to me like you're not putting up with no lazy niggas.
Absolutely not.
That's the first thing.
And you have to work out.
Yeah.
You have to work out. Yeah, you have
gotta
to
be
work
in
out.
shape.
I don't go to the gym.
I respect that.
You
gotta
do
be in
or you
shape.
don't?
I don't go to the gym.
Why not?
Sorry.
Why don't you?
I'll go
Do
to
you
the
walk?
gym.
Do you
I
take
walk a
walks?
lot. No, I
Okay,
walk a
that's
lot.
good.
I walk a lot. I mean,
We're starting somewhere.
I work out in my own way, so I gotta start somewhere. Nah, I work out in my own way,
Like
but
in home?
I got the bar at home where I do that.
Okay.
A lot of push-ups, pull-ups. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
fine. That's.
Why don't you work out though? What's wrong with working out?
I don't know. I just don't like going to the gym.
Okay.
I
It's
feel
not
like
for
I feel like you
everybody.
could do a lot of calisthenics like
Yep.
at home.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I feel like I do that on a regular basis, like sit-ups, crunches.
That
all
counts
stuff.
though.
That-
I'm
yeah,
just
that
talking. You don't
counts.
have to go into the gym
Oh,
every day. No,
alright.
but you have to
Like
care about your
something.
I
body.
was like, they're trying to rule me out. I'm like, yo. Nah,
I mean, I be in the gym. You guys know this.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm naturally stronger than most people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's God given. You know what I mean? So like, I just continue to work on it. I'm blessed. I'm Jamaican with a capital.
I didn't know you were
athletes.
Jamaican.
Yeah, with a capital. Like,
You know that Yachty,
Jamaicans
two
in the
Jamaican,
room.
two Yachties.
Jamaicans in the room.
We're outnumbered.
the fastest, the strongest. That's what
More
we are on the
stamina.
planet. I've been blessed. So let me ask you one more question though.
Yes.
Like you said, he has to have goals and ambition.
Yes.
So like, are you willing to? Let's say financially he's not there yet, but he has the dream. Are you sticking by him and supporting the dream, or he has to have it together and be climbing up the ladder already, have something established and continuing for you to take it seriously?
Honestly, I would stick it out for a little bit.
So there's a time frame on it.
Correct. Because I'm a firm believer, if you have the plan, you got to execute the plan.
Where so you gotta you're Joel Embiid it. Trust the process.
I trust the
Trust the
process, for sure,
process.
because good things don't come easy. You have to be patient.
Right.
So, there's a lot of situational things that happen in people's life. There's a lot of things that happen at different times in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that things can get done. It doesn't matter what age you are, but you need to have a plan and you need to know how to get there. It's not like, I'm going to do this and this and this and this. Like, how? How are you going to do that? Is it realistic?
Right.
Are you doing things to help you get there every single day? It's not just like, oh, I'm going to do it. A month goes by. What have you done?
Starts
Let's
from the
look back
foundation.
together.
Right.
Starts,
Honestly-
it starts from
And
the
I'll help
foundation.
you. I will help you. I will be there for you. I will support you. I will help you get to where you have to be. For sure. There's no doubt
Honestly,
about
that's
that.
a great answer. I have no comment. I just hope that our viewers see this and take that advice. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but I brought it here for a reason. And listen, that to me, that's a sound answer. I have no quarrel with that answer. Like, if a woman told me that make absolute perfect sense to me. I wouldn't be upset in any way.
Yeah.
So like, and any man who hears that from not just her, but a woman from the same situation, and she's like, listen, I'm going to be by you, but there's a time frame on it. You guys got to discuss that time frame, and you
Right.
better make things happen with that time frame because you have a good woman, believe it or not.
You better
Because
put that
a
fire underneath
majority,
your feet.
Right,
majority
that better
women
motivate you to
Facts.
get what you have to go. Because
Listen.
sometimes
Right.
people need that, and a man needs someone that's gonna support and help rather than bash.
I
You
know
should've done this,
a
this,
man
this.
right now who owns a business. He asked his baby mom for support, and she looked him right in his face and said no. He just told me the story himself. I'll let him come on camera and say who he is and all that, but like, it's not my place to say who he is. But like, yeah, he told me the story himself, like privately, like yeah, like I'm starting it up. I asked her for help and support, and she straight up told me no.
Why?
I also feel like a lot of women are unrealistic
Because it's not her responsibility. She feels like if he does make it, it has nothing to do with her.
But
because her hands aren't in it.
But if he does make it, then
does she want to be part of it?
Right.
But she's benefiting regardless. She wants to enjoy. Exactly. They have a child together, so she's benefiting regardless. She really wants to work him like a dog, work him to the bone.
Yo, it comes down to where it's, bitch, you wasn't shooting with me in the gym.
You
feel me?
Right. When you hear stuff like this, you better take it seriously because you won't hear it again. That's for sure. You might have a woman who accepts you at where you are. And
they're okay with what you have going.
I prefer someone's gonna stick by me to get better. That's just me though.
And there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, and that's in life though. You can't be content with just what you have. You have to motivate yourself to just continue to be better, grow.
Hold on. So, hold your mic up. I want to get into jazz. Man.
Oh, get into jazz.
Let's talk. I got some things to say.
You just sitting here glowing, dripping chocolate, not saying too much.
With everything.
I'm just like, dang.
No, but like to piggyback off of what Jackie said, I feel like a lot of women are unrealistic because they're influenced by social media. You see the Jada Waiters, the Aries, the Des Dior, and they're getting flown out and racks on rags and Chanel bags. So they just want a man to come just ready. You know, he has everything together. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think you can't compare a regular dude to Future or Little Baby or stuff like that. Right. And I feel like once women come to a realization, they come down like, you're not Ari, you're not Des Dior, you're not Jada Waiter.
Say that one more time.
You know what I'm saying? You're not any of those women, so you can't.
You know what's funny?
It's a status thing.
I see this on my social media all the time, and women get so angry at me.
But it's true though.
I'm not saying anything wrong. Like it's just reality. Like, you can't expect Lil Baby when you're not Jada Waiter.
Exactly.
And not even that. Even if let's say financially you were on their level, you're not those people.
Right.
Their situation is unique. That's why they're in the limelight.
Exactly.
The situation is not every day. That's why you see it on TV. If everybody was doing that, everybody lived like that, they'd have nothing to show y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be on TV.
Sure.
For sure.
So understand that you can't look at those people, not even just Lil Baby and Jada Way. I'm just in general, like the celebrity lifestyle, like all that love and hip hop shit. That shit is all a dub, man.
Yeah.
But we talk about this too.
But,
what you see.
Wait, I gotta rewind because the people don't know. You came in a little late. So like,
tell
them exactly who you are and what you do. Like,
hey y'all, I'm Jasmine. I am a student nurse. I work out. I go to school. I keep it real low key. I'm super private, so not too much.
I knew her for a while, but she moved away. She spent time.
Yes, I moved away to Georgia, and now I'm back in the city. But yeah, we go way back.
Was it worth it?
Yes, I feel like this is a topic for another day, but Atlanta to be exact, is a different ball game. Mm-hmm. It's easy to get caught up in the hype when you're not a confident young woman, you know? I understand why girls get the BBL and their breasts done, and they get the stuff done with their face, because it's like living in Atlanta, you have to have a certain persona. And I was just talking to Jackie about this. It's like I was always like the token black girl, so I didn't have to do those things because it's like I was the exception. But I understand why women go to Houston, Atlanta, LA, Vegas, and they just do a complete 180 because you have to live up to a certain lifestyle. And that goes back, I feel like that goes back to them wanting a certain dude, what's the word I'm looking for, of like, they want a certain guy who's up there because it's like they've done all the work, they look the part, so they feel like I have to have the dude with money, I have to have the baller, I have to have the scammer, I have to have the rapper. So I feel like it really goes back to you're confident in who you are as an individual, because it's so easy to be influenced by what you see on the internet and what you're around. So when women say, oh, I want this and that and the third, and they can't match that or they can't bring that to the table, it's simply because they feel like, well, I've done the work, I look the part, so I should get that guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
100%.
I get it 100%. So you said you were the exception. What made you the exception?
Because in a society where being fair skinned is more like, that's what people are drawn to, it's like, well, you're dark skinned, but you're super pretty, so will accept you. Like, I work in like nightlife in Atlanta. I used to bartend, and I was with a lot of light-skinned women, curly hair, big breasts, BBL and stuff like that. But they're like, well, out of all the bunch, you'll be like the what we call the diversity. You know, you're like that black, that dark-skinned girl.
So they got DEI in the bartender like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's just like, dang.
You learn something new every day, don't
But-
you
Yeah,
guys?
but
it's
not-
just
that's-
like,
But that's
You know
wild
what I
though.
mean?
Coming from Atlanta, like me, because I have family that's out there, and what my experience from there is, because I know somebody that lived out here and they moved to Atlanta, and we ended up chopping it up when I got out there, and where they took me out to a lot of different places where it was like diversity, where it was like a lot of minority business owners was helping or wanting to help other business owners like get to where they are. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that was the experience that I got from it. So when you just saying that right now, where they kind of like putting a label on you, it's like that's crazy.
It's definitely
That's crazy.
It's, Atlanta, it's a place of status, and
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up, but I didn't want to keep up.
Right,
That was the
right,
thing. Like it was just
right.
it was too much for me. Like, and I don't know. I wasn't influenced by the money because the scammers do be out there. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a
I
fact.
could have,
Right,
I
right.
dibbled
You
and dabbled,
coulda
but
went in
like
there.
just stepping back
Down
and,
that road.
right, realizing everything is just like this is not what I want to do because you're playing a very dangerous game.
And it's all
That-
temporary.
it's temporary, and you can't
For
keep up
what?
with it. And there's always a group of younger, fresher,
They
naive
coming, yeah.
women
Yeah.
coming in. So
Yeah.
you have to stay apart. You have to keep it up. You have to keep your looks. You have to look a certain way. You have to work at the most poppin' strip clubs, the bars, and you have to have a certain persona. You have to know certain people. So it's hard and it's tiring. And
Right.
I feel like a lot of girls burn out because they can't keep up with the status quo, and they just don't come to that realization like, I'm a regular girl.
Right.
I'm not Jada Waiter. I'm not Des Dior. I can't bag a 7-figure dude just being me. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So
Jasmine, I do like the fact that that you said, because a lot of girls like you said, they get caught up in the sauce, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and they bite off way too much than they could chew, and
sure.
you know what I'm saying, you knew where it was like, oh, this is my cutoff, you know what I
Yeah,
mean, and
yeah.
I like the fact that because a lot of people they'll do that and then they'll get stuck into a place where they can't get out of.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm glad you're here, Greg. So let's put the shoe on the other foot. I'm pretty sure you being out a lot. A lot of women approach you thinking that you trick daddy and shit.
All the
How do
time,
you-
bro.
how do you
All the
deal with that?
time.
Like,
All the time.
I ain't gonna lie.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
All the time.
I see you outside a couple things, doing a few things. Like no judgment, but
Yeah.
I've seen it, and I'm sure other women have seen it too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
of
other
course.
guys, women have seen it too. So like, you might give off that perception, like you gonna do that, you gonna handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like when we
Nah,
go to
man.
Louis, you gonna handle that. You gonna close your eyes and pull that card out.
Yo, honestly, you gotta earn that, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women like she, touch on a topic where it's like a lot of girls just think like they just gonna have it handed to them. You know what I
Right.
mean? And they
But on the
have
flip
that.
side though, they got niggas out there. I got a couple.
Oh
of
nah,
friends
they got
who-
who are
Absolutely.
willing
That's
to do
the
that.
first
got,
date.
Nah,
you
they
know
got
what I'm saying?
they got niggas that's tricking. I'm not one of them.
Right.
I'm not tricking. I work hard for my bread.
Not
You know
one
what I'm
of
saying?
them.
I work hard for my money, bro, and I'm not tricking. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be a corny dude or whatever you want to do, and you want to trick just for that, and you still probably won't even get nothing out of it, go ahead and do your thing. You know
And
what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like dudes like that make it hard for like the men who work hard.
Really, that
who-
really about it.
They make it very hard because it's like first date, I've been taken on shopping sprees, like had a blast, had my friends pull up, just a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like men would give me racks just because I'm pretty, and it's just like they make it hard for regular dudes. I'm not saying regular dudes got it too, but just because they're not
Gotta
like
say, don't get
throwing
twisted.
it and flaunting it and being flashy, now it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go to the guy who's spending. So I feel like
Right.
also it goes back, it's not just the women, it's also the men who are just not willing to get to know somebody before you start spending and doing the
to be
most.
Get
honest,
to
I
know
learned,
somebody.
like-
Get to know somebody
Like, why are
first.
you
And
giving
that's
somebody
what I'm saying. Like,
racks
don't-
on racks on the first link?
You don't get it twisted. You could get that, but you're not gonna get that on the first date. You know
and
what I'm
you
saying?
shouldn't. I
You're
don't
not-
think that's normal.
It's not normal.
But
But
because
that's
they're not there for a long
but-
time, they're there for a short time.
for a good
Yeah.
time. That's it. But
Yeah.
in today's world is that's what's put out in the industry is that's what you have to. You know what I mean? Like you talking to I go to the club right now. I go to a bar and if I see a girl that I don't know and I just walk up to them like, yo, how you doing? But what you doing? You buy me a drink? That's the first thing that comes out of their mouth. like get to know. You don't even know my name.
We gotta work for a drink.
You know what I'm saying?
You said
You gotta work for a drink.
I don't want to work for a drink.
Like, you know what I mean? I can get you a drink. That's not even an issue. I
That's
get you
like
a
an
drink,
icebreaker.
But it's like you don't even know my name. You didn't even introduce. Like
Yeah.
where did we end
There's
with
no
the no
conversation.
conversation?
Just expect
You know what
that,
I'm
and
saying?
that
Like,
you
There's
shouldn't
no
have
just
intro.
expecting that.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
at all, you know what I mean?
Right,
So it's
okay.
like. You don't even know my name. I don't
Yeah.
even know your name. You didn't even like. We had no back and forth conversation. To
I'm
be like,
too
all right, look,
nice.
we get a drink.
I'd be like,
You know what I
hi.
mean? Like, it's crazy.
That's
It's
fair. I think
crazy.
that's fair.
Oh
Word.
my
So,
gosh.
let me ask you this one last question for Greg, and then
Me?
we're all done with So like,
all right.
I know you said earlier you're working on yourself. So like, for a woman to come in, you want to take her seriously and change that mindset right now. What we have to bring to the table? What do you expect?
Just ambition for me. Ambition, and you have your own goals, and you're working towards what you really want to, like your end goals, like what you really want to do. That's really it for me. I'm big on family. Everybody knows that I'm really big on family. And that's something that I would want my woman to be as well. You know what I mean? Big on family, big on her goals, always willing to learn. That's something I'm always been big on.
Awesome.
That's
So-
always been my thing.
So ladies, be ambitious and willing to accept that he gonna be in a club.
Don't
I'm
forget
gonna be in
it.
the club. I'm gonna be in the club, but trust me,
Okay.
I'll be swerving them though at the same time. Don't get it
Awesome.
twisted.
And Jackie, I'm not too sure about what place you're in your life right now, but like if a man was to want to approach you and get to know you, what would the criteria be for you to get out of that box, whatever you're in, and decide to give him a chance?
Don't think too hard.
Right.
I'm like,
It must take a lot.
right now, yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Right now, this second, a lot. I'm not talking to anybody at all. At all.
Give three.
And I'm good with that.
Give 3 examples that have to exceed for you to change your mind right now.
Gotta be realistic too. You
Damn.
can't-
Yeah, just 3 examples like they'd be like, all right, like nah, maybe I will this guy. Like right now, I'm not looking for anything, but maybe I will give this guy a shot.
For sure, a job. Realistic.
So he gotta have a job.
What job?
He working at McDonald's. He working at McDonald's. He the manager at McDonald's.
Stay with somebody who's like,
He
no,
the
he
manager.
working at Taco Bell.
He working at
first thing he
Taco
said
Bell,
was
but
a
he the
job.
manager though. He the manager though. And he treat you He treat you good though.
That's a tough one.
You see that's what a lot of girls
All
get
right,
mixed
all
up.
right, all right.
Hard.
You want to
Oh
go?
my
You want to go with the
God.
dude that's out there scamming? And
We're
he-
not job shaming, but
Okay.
Nah.
You
We're
can't-
not job shaming. We're not
No
job
scammers.
shaming. Nah, listen.
No.
Not even scammers or even a drug
No
dealer or
drug
whatever he's doing. He could be out there doing whatever it is. But he beating you. He talking to you crazy.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Some girls like that toxic stuff.
No,
though.
there's
Some
no-
girls love, no. I'm just saying.
You want
Some
a man
girls
with
love
a
that.
job. There's nothing
My
else.
man work
The job is the first
yo,
thing.
short and
That
cut
tells
right here.
me
My man
you
work
gotta
at
go with a man with a
McDonald's.
job.
He the manager there. He treat you well. He do everything that you want. What you doing?
how long is he gonna be at McDonald's for?
Yeah. How long has he
2 to
been at
3 years,
McDonald's?
and he's thinking about buying his own McDonald's
Yeah.
and leveling
Right.
up because
Okay, that's when the
know.
growth.
He the
She did
manager,
speak about
though.
growth. You know what I mean? They both spoke about
Right,
growth, so, yeah,
right.
You know what I
growth.
So no.
hard.
Okay,
I
no
could do it
fast
for
food
maybe a year or
restaurants.
two.
No. So I know what she
Maybe.
means. You mean a career, not a job.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
a
yes,
career.
yes.
Career.
What if you got 3
I
jobs?
work in a specific field.
Great. If you have 3
I
jobs,
feel
you're
like
a
that's too
hustler.
much.
I don't
They
know.
don't have no time for you.
What do you have time for with 3 jobs? Why can't you find one good job that's equivalent to 3 jobs?
He's a felon.
Maybe he likes to
It's
work.
not that easy.
He's a
It's
he's
really
a
not,
he's a
but
felon.
3 jobs?
Why would it be a felon with 3
We don't
jobs?
do felons. You gotta go.
No.
Scared of
If you
you.
went to jail,
It's
scared of you.
Scared of you.
Scared of you.
You ain't hold a nigga down in jail.
If he was in jail,
Damn.
that's an X.
Never.
That's an X. Nope.
Soon as you telling me I'm going
Yeah.
this day, it's done that
So,
day.
No.
so hold on.
No.
So let's get it clear. So like, if we were engaged to be married, And like, so that happened. I had to go do like a year and a half. Like, I'm about to go do that year.
I think I can
It's
maybe
over
do a
with.
year.
You breaking the engagement off?
The fact that, I mean, I would have to know that before we were engaged, and we wouldn't even get to that point. We would not be engaged.
It just depends. It just depends because
No!
if your past caught up to you, okay. But if I don't do jailbirds. I don't do men in the street. I don't do scammers. That's not my thing. So I'm not gonna put myself in that position. But if we're starting off and you telling me I gotta do a bid, you're on your own.
No,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not like that's not my thing. Like I don't even.
Yeah.
How do I even make collect calls?
It's a no for me.
Yeah, no. I'm scared.
So
I'm scared.
You're not looking out on that J page?
No.
I'm not putting no money on your books. Sorry.
Damn.
I'm not.
No,
I'm not doing
No, I don't
that.
think so.
Yeah.
Listen.
Because if you think about it, though, I feel like guys wouldn't hold a woman down if she's in jail. They wouldn't.
Oh,
do
nah,
it.
he going. He
that'd
going.
be a whole different
He
story.
going to clap the first cheeks he could grab.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that.
Like, why should we show y'all grace and be like, oh, I'm gonna hold him down because
Papoose did it.
And look what happened.
Yo, that's a fact. And look what happened.
Look what happened.
Black love went out the window
She
quick.
laid in his face with his homeboy. Like, no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't believe
That's
in holding men
crazy.
Him was
down.
smaller.
Yo, that was
The same
crazy.
thing, just smaller.
But look, now he got a new shorty and she want to come back. Like, nah, it
Yeah,
can't
right
happen
now
like
she's
that.
mad. Now
You know
she's
what I
throwing
mean?
shots on the gram.
I'd rather not be in that
can't do
mess
that.
at all. So
Yeah.
you you get locked up.
But that's where it comes to show you that there is like vice versa with women and men. There's a lot of good men out there and there's a lot of good women out there as
Yes,
well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So what about you, Jasmine? Like, I guess I don't know your situation, but like, if a man was to approach you right now, what would be the number one thing? Jackie said job. You gotta have a job.
Career.
A career. So
Right, we corrected that.
Yeah,
Correct that,
so
correct
you gotta
that.
have a
Career.
career. That's you have to be a career guy.
Yes.
That's
Number
the first
one
thing.
Right.
You have to know what you want.
mm,
You can't, like, I know what I want. I have a plan.
Yes.
I haven't been someone who's always had a plan, but now I have a plan. So I'm not into building a guy up. You know, I believe in individuality. You know, these are my goals. I'm working towards them. This is what I'm doing, and I expect you to do the same. And once I see you're not doing the same, I'm turned off because it's just like we're too old for me to be telling
I'm
you
not
like,
a teacher.
oh, go find a job, go back to school. You don't have this, you don't have that. I don't feel like doing that, and I'm not in the mood to do that because I feel like women who stick around through the hard times always get left.
mm-hmm.
And they get left for the women who don't pay you no mind, who got their shit together, who are bossed up. So I'm not, like, I feel like coming from an African background or just like a cultural black background, we deal with a lot of our parents we see, they stick it out.
Yep.
They stay
Right,
around.
Yep.
right.
Okay.
Like, and you don't have to stick around.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
It's like it's certain things. I do believe in loyalty, but certain things like, Mom, you didn't have to do that. Sorry.
Right.
But it's just like I don't believe in building a man up. I think you should come with your shit together as I'm gonna come with my shit together because I don't believe in you should be dating if you're broke anyway, or if you're going through school, if you're trying to get your money
That's
up,
a
if you're trying to
fact.
get your career together.
That's a fact.
You should not believe you shouldn't be dating long
Facts.
term.
You should
know
be
what I
doing
mean?
you right.
So definitely come with your shit together. Come with knowing what you want because I'm going to drill
Right.
those questions. I'm the type of girl first
Right
date.
off the bat.
What you got going on?
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
What's the definition of broke to you? Like,
Because
everybody's idea of broke is different, and that's just a fact.
okay, my definition of broke is like one, you're going through different jobs. You can't keep a job.
Inconsistent.
It's always something. Like I
So
can't be
if you have,
around.
if you have no career, you're broke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like being around people who have too many bad days. That's a red flag. You're the problem. Like 7 days out the week, you just have a bad day, and then the next week you have a bad day. Like I'm scared of you. Yeah, like I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm very scared. Like, just like
Too many bad days.
too many bad days. It's like it's a
No.
red flag because you're
Facts.
the common denominator, and you need to fix that.
Yeah.
And then I think people, especially with Black people, they don't believe in like seeking help.
Right.
And I can't do
Right.
that. Like,
Yeah.
and I've been the person who didn't ask for help, but now I'm just like, listen, I need help.
Right.
I'm okay with being vulnerable. I'm okay
Absolutely.
with being like, I can't do this. I need advice. I need help. What are my resources? And I feel like a lot of
Yes.
people don't ask for that, and that's their biggest downfall because you can't just we don't have the game to life. We don't know how this
We
shit's
don't
supposed to
know.
go. We're figuring out day by day,
Right.
and it's okay. It's okay to have people around you who are smarter, who know more, who are more advanced in different aspects and different they have different resources in their life where you could be like, hey, listen, I need help. That doesn't make you less of a woman or of a man.
Exactly.
You know, if anything,
Right.
I respect you more for being like, hey, I'm lacking in this area and I see you're doing better. I need help. You know what I mean?
No, that's That's what it is.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are like, they feel they don't want to humble themselves a lot of times. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it's okay to humble yourself.
It's
like,
very-
We
you
don't know
everything.
everything. We
Thank
do
you.
not
You don't
know
Yeah.
everything.
humble yourself. You don't know everything. Absolutely. I
You
agree
learn
with that.
every day.
That's so great. So, but part of the relationship, I got from you ambition. I got from you a career. And I got from you know what you want. So have a path, have a journey, understand your destiny, those type of things. So we can combine those three. The point of all together is we can come together. You know what I mean? And like, I'm really here to promote love across the board. Like, I'm not someone who's, oh, I'm black love. Like, no, like, I think love is love. You know what I mean? I think everyone deserves love. It's just that your circumstance, your love is going to be different. You know what I mean? Like we said before, if you're not Jada Waiter, you're not going to get that love. You know what I'm saying? If you're not Ari, you're not going to get that love. And also, what people don't realize is those things come with a price. I've seen interviews where Ari admitted that they have threesomes all the time. Are you willing to give your man threesomes every night,
No.
every weekend, share your man to live that life?
Never.
No.
Exactly.
Wow.
I mean,
Watch
it could be fun though. You never know. You might have to open up a
So
little
you see the
bit.
good things, but you don't see the
No.
bad. You know what I mean?
No. You don't love your man if you're willing to do a threesome.
I think what I got
Nah,
from this-
some people
what I
want to.
got
Some
from
people
this
want to
is-
open up Pandora's box though. I mean,
that's a dangerous game.
I mean,
That's
if it's somebody, you with your man for a long time, and you know what I mean, they're
I
like,
said
damn,
on
let's
top
spice
before,
something. Let's
if
spice
you're
something
serious
up in the
about
way. You know what I mean?
You don't bring other people.
They want to
into
spice it
your
up.
bed if you're
Nah,
serious.
some girl. I know a lot.
Not
Trust
with
me,
your wife,
yo,
nah.
big. You know I'm outside, bro, and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that's been in relationships that I know that's been in a relationship for 8-9 years, and they don't do it. They don't do it all the time. I'm not saying this is like a frequent thing. It's not a frequent thing that they do, but if it's a girl that they don't know, they catching a good vibe from, and if the girl accepts, they be like, yo.
I've had that encounter and that was scary.
They like,
I was
yo,
scared.
you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Not correct.
everybody's different. Though. Everybody thinks different. You know what I mean? You
No,
can't.
absolutely. Everybody's different.
Everyone is different, bro. You
But it
never,
ain't gonna
you know
be
what I mean?
me.
Yeah.
But that is opening a Pandora's box.
It's
so.
literally opening Pandora's box, so it's like it's whatever floats your boat, I guess. You know what I mean? So
Well, I just want to say thank you all for coming. It was a great episode. I had a really good time.
thank you for
We're gonna
having
get
me.
off camera, have a couple more drinks,
Thank
and
you.
chill out. and
Thank you
a
for
little bit,
having
but
me, man.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, G.
I'll
Thank
be
you guys
back.
for bringing me. Hold on, before we go, you guys brought me Imaginary Fitness Bay. Thank you guys. So I got a gift for you guys as well.
Do you? All right, let's
Pulling
get
out the stops. You got gifts.
Are you kidding me?
Hey,
Oh, wow.
This is for you.
There you go.
for you.
Nah, it's for you.
No,
For
you-
me?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
Oh my goodness.
too?
Thank you.
That is the loot bag by Bree. Shout out to Bree. She does these.
Thank
all,
you,
Bree.
Bree.
Thank you.
They're all handmade. No two are
Wow.
alike. You know what I mean? She does those.
My
and so
favorite color
I
too.
know I
Hopefully
like
she'll be on the show soon.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you. Can't
And,
wait to rock it.
I'll be back. I remember. I'll be back.
No,
Yeah, I
wait,
wanna
wait,
come
wait.
I'll be back.
I got a gift for my man Greg too. I got him with a $20 gift card to Woo Juice. You know what
Hey,
You know, and I'll
we
be-
gotta go
Camera.
to Woo
Noel, you
Juice.
know I'll be
Tell
there.
them how we
You know
went
what
on
I'm
Monday
saying?
and they
We
were closed.
yes, we were gonna
That's
go,
my guy. Mondays they're not open. They're not
but
open.
they were
We didn't know
closed.
that, though.
They
And
were
don't
closed.
forget, please, for the holidays, get you this Fit by Jackie.
Fit
And
by
also,
Jackie, man. Shout
She's
out.
a fitness trainer. You guys want to get in shape? I hear New Year's resolution all the time.
Yeah.
Please, give her.
Yes,
Give
I
her
will
her
help.
Instagram will be on here. You want to tell me your Instagram? Tell me your Instagram before we
At
go.
Fit by Jackie.
Anything else you want to say
Easy.
to the people before we get out of here?
If you have any questions, any concerns, don't hesitate to ask. Very easy person to talk to. Never judges and always supportive. So please don't
Awesome,
hesitate
awesome.
to ask.
And Greg, what about you? Any social media thing you want to say?
Oh, you
Any
know,
shout-outs?
social media is Jamaican Boy 12. And that's with a G, not with a J. And if you want to see me, I'm outside. I'm at Whiskey. You let me know. Whenever time you want to pull
Give-
up,
give
let
him
me
that
know.
I might pull out
Snapchat.
a
Yo,
retirement.
give him that
I might pull out a
Snapchat.
I'm not getting a
retirement.
snap. I'm not getting a snap.
He done got Jackie out of retirement.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
So
Hold on.
we gonna pull up outside whenever you want to see me.
That's what
Let
I
me
said. I
know.
used to go
All
all the
set, no more
time.
final thoughts?
Huh?
All set, no more final thoughts?
Yeah, nah, I'm good, man.
Word.
I'll
What
be
about
back.
you,
Don't worry. I'll be
Miss
back.
Jasmine.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I didn't think I was gonna, be featured on a podcast, but just do you. Be yourself. Don't get caught up in the sauce. Don't get caught up on social media. People are faking the funk. What you see
Right.
on social media is not what's happening in real life. So figure out what works for you.
I said
Figure
it
out a
episode
plan.
1.
and just stick it through. Stick to the script. You're gonna
gonna
get
work
where
out.
you want to be eventually. Just don't compare yourself to anybody else. For sure.
Awesome.
I got something to say though. I got something to say.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I don't like that. I don't like that saying where it's you gotta fake it till you make it. I don't like
No.
that. Just be you.
No.
Be you. Be you.
You will
know what I'm
find
saying?
your person.
Be you.
You'll find your.
Being you is okay.
Being you and
Right.
being genuine. That's you. That's priceless.
Yeah.
Just
Any
be
social
yourself.
media tags you want to give the people out? You all set?
No, I'm okay.
We'll
Don't
keep-
me.
She's low key.
Hey, if you
She's
come
low
back,
key.
we'll see you again. You'll come back on the show
Yes,
again.
Yo.
I'll have to have
please
you.
invite me. I want to come back.
Snapchat is G_Yachty. You holla at me.
Word. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. It was a blessing to have you guys all here
sure.
supporting the show. Hope our viewers continue to have a good time watching our show. You got a little bit of perspective. If we changed one person's life in any way, we did a good job. Far From Perfect episode 4 is a wrap. Thank you guys for coming.